to you by Podcast City Network.
And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Wrestle podcast. It's Monday night, and we're going to be talking to the owner of Infinity Pro Wrestling, Donnie Tsunami, and we're going to be talking about the Grand Tournament, 9 men competing, and more in this tournament. And we're going to be talking about that, and stay tuned for the big news. He's got some big news for the Infinity Pro. Let's talk to him and see what he's up to. Tune in. Good evening, Donnie, and how are you doing tonight?
You know, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for having me on the show this evening.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure to have you amongst many of my past and current people. As always, I'm killing it, you know. It's a podcast that you want to be on because, you know what? If you notice, I like deathmatch wrestling, and I love independent pro wrestling.
Well, absolutely, man. You know, deathmatch wrestling has its place.
Yes.
I've been a fan of it myself.
Right.
Several of my really close friends are part of the industry.
I know a lot of. I've noticed you had Adam Bueller. I looked at a little bit of the history there, and Dale Patrick's. I seen a little Josh Crane. I know in Bentley and Cole and the whole works. You pulled a lot of guys I've seen on some research I've been doing.
Yeah. You know, in Infinity Pro, we like to have a very big mix of talent.
Let me get started with Infinity Pro. How many years has it been running?
Let's see here. We started Infinity Pro in 2006.
Okay.
So we're on year 12 now.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow. What's your biggest event that you would have had like in the past? Like, what was the biggest?
Let's see here. Our biggest draw that we had. We had roughly 600 people at the National Guard Armory in Bloomington, Indiana.
Yeah.
And that was for our season premiere event.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a special guest that night. But
Right.
we didn't promote him.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of left his identity up in the air for people to kind of figure out on their
The
own.
mystery, yes. Solve the mystery of the guests, because they keeps you in suspense. Keeps you in suspense and wanting to know who is it? And you always have the friends ask and ask and ask and ask. Come on, who is it? Come on, don't spill it yet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and we just kept dropping hints.
Yeah.
And let it out there, and it was funny because that night the individual was actually Sabu.
Ooh, man, Sabu, the one and only ECW original, man.
Absolutely. And he came in and he killed it for us, man. He really, really did.
Yeah.
We did the whole lights out, lights back on. There he was in the ring. So it was a classic moment for us. It was really cool.
I remember they've done that. I remember doing that. No, was that Atlantic City? No, it was Tommy Dreamer came to the ring and the lights came on. We were in Atlantic City for a Jersey All Pro show, and the lights came on. Surprise!
Isn't that such a cool feeling?
Like Tommy Dreamer and I think New Jack too. You know, like
that'd be cool.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jersey All Pro was. I'm sure you've heard that company before.
Oh yes, absolutely. I followed them for a long time, especially back in the early 2000s.
Yes.
there's a lot of good going on down there, and they kind of had a little downswing, but
yeah,
they're coming back around.
They're coming back around because there's his son's running it now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And also another guy, Monster Mac, has took it under his wing to get that promotion launched back up and running. Which is awesome. Monster Mac of the heavy hitters, the hit squad, they're still at it. They're still going, growing strong from the early days until now. They're still going. I mean, Monster Mac just took a little journey to Dayton, Ohio this past week for our actually H2O Hardcore Hustle took on Rockstar Pro. They showed off. Yes, they had like a little death match show, and the Bulldozer Matt Tremont, the owner of the company, was there to. Yes, it was awesome. So it was really good, and one of my local friends was there from the Dayton area, so he checked it out. Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually had booked a really massive deathmatch show a couple years back,
right?
And we ended up losing the building before we could get started on the promoting of it.
Right.
But we had all the who's who locked in for the tournament.
Yeah.
It would have been pretty amazing, but unfortunately, the city we were running in decided that that we shouldn't run in the venue we were running in for that type of a show.
Right. Yeah. Because they're strict with that stuff. It's like Virginia. They had to close. They closed out. They didn't like the firemen. Didn't like the building. But now we're in a school gym, and it's awesome.
That's awesome.
Can't wait. September, I'll actually be heading out there for the Vicious Outcast Deathmatch Tournament. It's September 1st. So yeah, all the names that are going to be in it.
Fantastic.
A lot of up and coming talent too, as usual.
Well, speaking of tournaments.
Yes, tournaments. Let's get running. Let's get running into this tournament.
Infinity Pro.
Yeah.
We like to do things a little bit differently than a lot of other companies.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have your own niche to make a little statement for yourself. Our divisions.
Yes.
Are different. We don't have a heavyweight division. We have our grand division.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a cruiserweight division. We have an aero division.
Mm-hmm.
And our tag teams are actually called duos. All the things across the board for Infinity Pro, every match is elimination style. It's last man standing.
Oh, I like that.
No matter.
I like that. That's a good concept.
Yes.
Wow.
So even in tags, you have to eliminate both members of a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a 6-man scramble, there will be 5 pinfalls with 5 eliminations.
Right.
Last person standing comes away the victor.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, our tournaments are a little bit different as well.
Yeah.
Our grand tournament this time around is a 9-man tournament. Now, everyone does an 8-man tournament or a 16-man.
Yes.
Like the Ted Petty. Actually, I think they're doing 24 this year.
8-man too. Sometimes they do 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And with us, we're actually having a staggered tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have 3 first-round matches. Those matches are then going to go into a second round. So you're going to have 2 matches at the top. We're going to add another entrant. So there's going to be a fresh person going into the second round. Then the third round, we're going to add the last competitor into the mix. Now everyone's seated 1 through 9, and the way we're setting up the tournament itself is we're doing it by a random draw, just like the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
So if you draw number 1, well, you're going to have a long night ahead of you. In order to walk away champion, you're going to have to face through 5 matches.
It sounds like it's ready. It's going to be interesting, and that's a good way to put it. It's going to be like, who's in and who wants it. It's going to be really test their skills. Who will survive it? At the end.
It really is. And with our company, we're doing a few different things.
Yeah.
One of the differences also that we're doing is we have a nominations period right now.
Mm-hmm.
We've had people who have been interested in becoming a part of the Infinity Pro brand, people who want to be part of a tournament, who want to get their name out there and get seen.
Mm-hmm.
They've been nominated. We had over 50 people nominated this year.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, exactly.
You have to go through the list and see who is, you have to see who you want to pick.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Here's a twist to it.
Yeah.
Myself and my booking committee, we are still going through all the footage that's been submitted. And we are going to weed out the people who don't fit with Infinity, the people who just aren't quite there yet, and we've found a lot of those.
I'm sure you
However,
have. You got. I know how it is. I know how wrestling is. I know how. You have to really scout and see like who you really want. Is he making an impact? Is he on the scene? Is he not in the scene? You know.
Exactly, and this is our biggest show of the year,
right?
Because whoever wins the tournament walks away as our grand champion, which is our number one title, our number one belt. There's only been one man in history who's ever held that title.
Really?
Yes, his name is GT Vega, and he defended the title 9 times successfully, without a single defeat.
Wow, that's pretty.
Yes,
that's a good record.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately, there's been a little bit of parting of ways between us and him. Maybe in the future he'll be able to come back into the fold. However, right now, he's no longer part of the company, so the title has been vacated, and hence the reason for the tournament itself.
Yeah.
We've moved our brand from Bloomington, Indiana, up to Lafayette, Indiana. And in Lafayette, we're rebuilding that city. There's been a lot of subpar wrestling in that town. And we're in the amazing Lafayette Theater. They have an amazing light show set up for us. Great sound, great seating. It's a wonderful venue. Yeah. And we're bringing our prestigious tournament to that venue. And we're going to hold the grand tournament on September 23.
Yeah.
In Lafayette, Indiana.
Nice. That's going to be pack a house. That's going to pack it.
Yes, it will be. It's going to be an amazing deal for a couple different reasons.
Yeah.
One, because everyone wants to see a champion be crowned.
Absolutely.
And the struggle and the drive to go through as many competitors as possible and walk away as a champion. Everyone loves that.
Yeah.
It's a storyline that sells itself. However, the Grand Tournament is also going to be our very first event that's recorded for a specific network that we just signed with. We have signed a deal, and we're going to be a premier company, and we are going to be featured in the marketing for Powerbomb TV.
Congratulations. Powerbomb TV is one of the greatest companies to be part of for networking all kinds of wrestling, indie, all over the world. It's great. It's great.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on that.
We've got this opportunity where our live events will be edited and featured and filmed and turned into 30-minute to 45-minute episodes, and we're going to be dropped weekly.
Wow.
So
that's going to be good.
We're going to have a lot of new content.
You're going to be picking up really quick. You're going to be like, wow, this is what, People don't realize that the streaming is where it's at now. The digital streams is where it's at. Smartmark.com is really, they've got that too, and it's great. CZW has their studios. It's great. And all these other companies do too. It's great. It's really good for the business.
Absolutely it is. And when you have everything underneath one roof, you can look and you can just browse to your heart's content, find all these unsung heroes, all these new talents, these villains. It's amazing the amount of professional wrestling that's out there that people just aren't familiar with.
No.
And I like to say that we're one of those companies. we're a diamond in the rough. We've not been discovered by as many places as we would like to be. However, with this opportunity, there's going to be a whole lot more homes who know who Infinity Pro is.
You know where you should maybe make your mark? Maybe WrestleMania weekend.
Absolutely.
At the WrestleFest, WrestleCon.
We are definitely looking
to
try to get our name out there. We're going to be trying to go to some other conventions and do a lot of different things to bring awareness to the brand. In fact, we have just locked in a new city.
Yeah.
We're also going to be running not only in Lafayette, but we're also going to be running in Indianapolis, Indiana as well.
I'm going to have to I'm going to have to talk to one of my local promoters. My guy is from Jersey, and we run it's called Jersey Premier Championship Wrestling. And actually, we've had Adam Bueller before. So let me I'll lock you up with him, and let's maybe we could get you guys to come in or do like a show, half show, JPCW versus Infinity Pro, like a little joint show in the summertime sometime.
I think that'd be a lot of fun, to be honest.
That would be, and you know what? We're fan based. We're just fans, have fun wrestling, and entertainment wrestling. You know what I mean? They love it. It's just all and hybrid. We're gonna have some hybrid guys, and it's really awesome. I mean, Sean Phoenix is like one of the top guys that's on the scene still, actually the luchador that she was just on, actually just debuted. Sunny Kiss would be one that's making a name for herself. I can't. You know what I'm talking about. It's a diva boy. Yeah, it's great though. He loves doing his character. You know. But there's some names on there that that are really. I'll show you a poster. You'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I certainly will.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a few other things to kind of drop here.
Go ahead. Keep on dropping.
We have not announced any of our competitors.
No, have we? No, we have. We're talking about the event. Let's get like 2 guys. I think you were telling me you want us like drop.
Yeah. So the very first gentleman that we're going to announce for this event was the victor of our main event from our last show.
Mm-hmm.
He defeated Jeremy Hadley in a cage match that ended a 3-show feud between the two of them. Mm-hmm. And that individual is none other than Brett 50 Shades of Havoc.
Oh, wow.
He's been part of our company for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He actually was the very first Aero Division champion.
Mm-hmm.
And he's held that strap 3 different occasions.
Mm-hmm.
And now he has entered the Grand Division itself and is our first participant in this year's Grand Tournament.
Awesome. I'm glad. That's somebody I'm looking forward to. Actually, maybe I'll have to have him on the air.
Yeah, I think we can probably get that lined up for you.
All right, we'll do that. That's business talk. Business talk.
The next person, he's probably a little bit more well-known across the industry.
He really is, man. You told me, but go ahead. I'm just going to...
Yep. This weekend, he recently defeated Congo Kong for the JCW Championship.
Mm-hmm.
He has a perfect record in the relaunch of Infinity Pro. He is managed by the Devil's Advocate himself, Jason Saint. Mm-hmm. That man is the Iron Demon, Shane Mercer.
Shane Mercer, the man himself, man. He's pretty. Yeah, he's out there. He's made his way, man. He's look where he's been. I wonder if he's still training for the NXT, and he's done some things. We're big. He's made a name for himself. We're proud of him.
Absolutely. Shane is a wonderful individual. Mm-hmm. His wrestling prowess is amazing. I'm always shocked by his pure strength.
Yeah.
We had his last match for us was against Alex Herzog, the Wild Man of the Ozarks.
Yes. Okay. I know who that. Yes, he's awesome. I love Alex. He's great.
Yes, he's
the
great,
Viking,
man.
The Viking. Yes.
And he's big, man.
He's a beast, man. He's fans love him when he comes to the East Coast for GCW, Game Changer Wrestling. He's awesome. Other promotions as well. Actually, Jersey All Pro too. Man, he's made a name for himself. He's a great, with his partner too. Don't forget, what is it? Jake
Parnell.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now they're both working as singles primarily these days.
Yeah.
They were all together as the Viking War Party.
I know.
Previously.
I know. I won a first.
And,
I remember I won a DVD off of them.
Awesome.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Our talent pool is very diverse, like I was saying before,
mm-hmm.
and we have a lot of individuals who are vying for spots in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there are 9 people. 2 of the spots are going to be decided via a fan poll.
Mm-hmm.
So the nominations we spoke earlier, we're going to distill those down to probably the top 10.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put those 10 up on the poll
mm-hmm.
and allow the fans to vote and decide who will be included in the tournament.
I'll have to jump on that poll.
Yes, you absolutely will. The 2 who are selected, they're not the only ones who win something.
Mm-hmm.
The next 6 in line are then going to come to our next event in a scramble match, and they're going to be basically judged by the fans as well as a panel of their peers.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to allow the fans to help us decide who gets to stay and who has to go.
Ooh, that's a good rule. That'd be kind of an interesting, to see what.
And it's completely shoot too.
Yeah.
So, the locker room motto of Infinity Pro is "Get over or get out."
Mm-hmm.
So every single person on our roster is basically told, "Hey, try to steal the show."
Right.
Hopefully, they do.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't, crowd has no reaction to them, we send them on their way.
Yeah.
Infinity Pro is a place for really good talent.
Mm-hmm.
It's for solid matches and amazing memories.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what our business is about.
That's awesome. You guys are coming a long way from, since you said back in the day, back in when it first started, That's good. It's been, you guys want to reach out to the, and like you said, it's going to be Powerbomb is going to give you that boost. It's going to be awesome. Like, really.
Yep. There's going to be so many more eyes on the product.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, for me,
mm-hmm.
the product itself is already a premier product.
Mm-hmm.
The matches we have put on, whether it was the Painkillers
mm-hmm.
versus OI4K for our duos titles, which they had an amazing series together. OI4K now.
TNA. Yeah, they made a name for themselves. OI4K,
yes,
my
did.
friend. Jeez.
The Crisps are amazing.
They are awesome. Every time they performed at CZW, phenomenal shit. Phenomenal, even at Rockstar, phenomenal work every time, because that Rockstar is like the home-based company that they branched from.
I can't say enough good things.
No,
about the Criss brothers.
they've made a name for themselves, and we're proud of them.
Yep. Our brand itself has so many different caveats. Our Aero division, it's not about sizes.
Mm-hmm.
It's about work rate.
Mm-hmm.
And most of our Aero division matches are multi-man matches, usually 4 or more guys in the match.
Mm-hmm.
As I said earlier, that is going to be all elimination style, last man standing. And we are actually, this is another bomb that's being dropped. In January, we will be holding our Aero division tournament in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Right. Oh, wow.
And we will announce names for that coming up. We've already got several people on the line for it.
Right.
But we want to build to it properly.
Mm-hmm.
So, otherwise.
Yeah, you don't want to kill it. You don't want to kill it.
That's right.
You don't want to kill her. It's going to be we don't want that. You don't.
Nope.
You want the people to be listening in and tune in for it, because it's going to be some good news.
Absolutely. So later on this evening, I will be placing biographies and information regarding Bret Havoc and Shane Mercer being included on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/RealInfinityPro.
Yeah.
And it will also be hitting our Twitter at RealInfinityPro as well.
Awesome. So hey, what got you into wrestling? How did you? What got you inspired to be owner, or just as a fan, right? Just as a fan, growing up, you just wanted to venture out.
Yeah. Growing up, I grew up in the 80s.
Okay.
So of course I was a WWF fan. I was all of these things that tried to push towards trying to become a professional wrestler. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. I saw pictures of you. You were a wrestler. I thought that was really cool. So you tried that for quite a while.
Yep. And I started looking around. Growing up, I wanted to be a professional wrestler. I did martial arts. I got into shoot fighting and mixed martial arts back when it was originally came around. And martial arts school because they had a ring. I'm like, hey, you got a ring? Can I do some pro wrestling in here? And they're like, yeah, if you sign up for classes. So it kind of roped me in.
Right.
My senior year of high school, I actually did my senior report paper on becoming a professional wrestler. So at that point in time, I had to find pro wrestlers and interview them.
Oh man. Oh.
Yeah, and here's the best part about it.
Yeah.
I actually got to talk to Mike Samples.
Yeah.
Because he was running a school down at Evansville at the time, and he hooked me up with Jerry the King Lawler.
No way! Oh my!
Yeah, so
oh
for
my gosh!
Paper, I got to interview Jerry the King Lawler.
Wow!
So how cool is that, right?
That's like breaking the moment. Wow!
Yep.
That's
I took my first bumps in the Evansville Coliseum. Talk about a place with history. And I met Madman Pondo there for the first time.
Yeah, shout out to let's actually shout out to Madman Pondo about his book right now. It's doing really well. We have to promote his book because it's doing really well on the market. The Memoirs of a Madman.
Yes.
We could get it on Amazon right now. So everybody go on Amazon.com and purchase the book. Great stories about the madman himself, Madman Pondo. So check it out, fans.
Yeah, Pondo. I tell you, he was a very influential individual.
Yeah.
I ran into him later on in my career again, and we shared some stories from back in that time frame. Of course, he didn't really remember me because I was a snot-nosed rookie. You know, I actually, I'm bald now and shaved head. And back then I had shoulder-length hair, and
You probably had the mullet cut, right? No.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Dirt.
I did.
Joe Dirt. The Joe Dirt cut. Excuse me.
That's right. No, I never had the mullet, but I always had the longer hair.
Yeah.
So I started training with Mike Samples. There's a few things that happened there. He ended up going to Japan, and the school closed down, so I didn't get to finish my training underneath him.
Yeah.
So I floundered around for a little bit, and I found a small little company called Classic Championship Wrestling that was down in Scottsburg, Indiana. And they were opening a training school. Jim the Drifter Mandel and Ollie Tharp, which Ollie is a phenomenal referee.
It must have been cheap back then, too. It must have been cheap back then. Probably $100, or $30.
No, I paid $1,200 to train.
No, wow.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah,
wow.
I was 18 years old.
Yeah,
and training,
What did your parents think of that? Wow. Hey, I'm gonna.
My mom.
Yeah.
She didn't like it at first.
Yes.
She was very protective of me.
Yeah.
But it was like, for me, it was a 2-hour drive every single time I'd go train.
Yeah.
So I'd get out of school, I'd hop in the car.
How would you fund yourself for that? Boy, that's a lot of money for
Oh man, well, I was paying $75 a week.
Yeah.
So to help pay it down,
Yeah. Holy cow! Yeah, schools were expensive, but now they're starting to break it down for reasonable prices for the guys, for independent scenes, which is better nowadays. But yeah,
but coming up that way, I saw a lot of shit shows, man. We're talking.
Yes.
You go
I know
to a high
exactly.
school gym or an armory, and there's 12 people in the audience.
Yep, I know how the feeling is. You see, you're like, okay, this is gonna be a show that you don't want to go back to. I don't want to go here. You're gonna see, okay, you're gonna see the Masked Man versus the Masked Man. Okay, no named wrestlers. They're gonna wrestle for a couple of hours, and then then the next night the same guys over and over. Okay.
Yes, and everybody wears a shirt. Every single guy wears a shirt.
Well, yeah, we know how to. I know, because I used to have a promotion here. The guy was a carny. He really was this. I just get his fans to come to your show. Oh my God, it's a joke. But whatever. He never came back to the wrestling industry. Thank God.
Well, thank God.
Thank God. Yes. Yes.
But my infatuation with professional wrestling was always about the glitz, the glamour, the production, the athletes in the ring.
Yeah.
And, I'm coming up in southern Indiana.
Yeah.
And with all these shows that, while they were a lot of fun for me because I got a chance to live out my dream initially, I realized that this is not what I wanted to be.
No.
And I'm talking the first couple of years, and I'm like, okay, something needs to change. And I wanted to run a promotion. I really did. I wanted to, even my first couple of years in the industry.
Yeah.
And finally, 6 years in, is when I finally was able to flip that switch and run my first show.
Yeah.
And I had the opportunity to run it, and we had 3 weeks to promote it.
Yeah.
And I drew 120 people.
Yeah. Hey, that's good though. You got yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way that doesn't.
We paid everybody. We paid for the building, and it was a wonderful time for us. It was just great all around, and we had the opportunity to.
What was it called? What was it called? If you ever, oh boy,
it was actually Infinity Pro.
Oh, really?
My first show was Infinity Pro.
Wow.
And I ran underneath my own banner that still exists to this day.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's been a long journey. We've taken breaks in between. That first show came around, and then we took a couple years off because we tried to get the building again, and they had some new people over top of the building. They didn't want wrestling in there.
Yeah.
And we lucked into finding a building that we could run a training school out of.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So I found a couple of gentlemen who wanted to be trained, and my hand to God, back then I probably shouldn't have been a trainer. I'd been traveling for a while as part of the tag team. We were Donnie and Johnny Tsunami. We hit the East Coast. We've been to a few other places, and we traveled around the area. We did a couple tryouts for OVW and this, that, and the other. And, and we had a lot of fun. We were enjoying ourselves. And we were babyfaces everywhere we went, except for Terre Haute, Indiana, which hated us.
Oh, really?
We were heels there.
Really? Sometimes they just do not, like, like Brad Cash was telling me, they almost killed people. Like, it's like the Ku Klux Klan almost. Like, they're running out with pitchforks and shovels to the ring.
And some of our most fun times were in Terre Haute, Indiana, because they did hate us.
Yeah.
You know, we, as the Tsunamis, we came out in board shorts and Hawaiian legs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't get much more baby face than that.
No. Yeah.
And we came through the curtain and they booed us. We're like, all right, gotta change it up.
Mm-hmm.
So much fun.
Yeah, I'm sure back in back in those days, really shows like that, fans got it really in your face. You're like, oh my god, something's gonna happen here.
Oh yeah,
I better call the police for this. This is not gonna look good.
Yeah, I mean, we legitimately had a couple shows.
Yeah.
in those venues in Terre Haute where we had to hang out in the locker room for a couple hours after the show until people cleared out from the parking lot.
Yeah.
Because they just wanted to get at us.
I know. It's like you want to go. Yeah, it's like you can't be seen. You want to get out of there. It's like going to the dark alley of New York City.
Yep, exactly. And we spent a lot of time at EWF for Jason Maples.
Mm-hmm.
That time for us was very, very constructive.
Yeah.
We learned a lot about ourselves as wrestlers, and a lot about the business through him, good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
He's now went on to run the Heroes and Legends show in Fort Wayne, Indiana, which does big numbers.
Yes, they do. Yes. Yeah.
And he's a great man.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I thank him very much for all the opportunities he's given us, or given me over the years. Whether it's running on his show. Printing T-shirts for him, because I also do that on the side. I do screen print goods.
So fans, so wrestlers. Well, we'll plug it later. Plug it later.
That's right. We'll plug it later. It's the face kick life, by the way. Just so you know. Okay. But yeah, we learned a lot on the road, and we brought all that back to us, and we brought it into our own school. We actually teamed up with Drake Younger and Scotty Vortex.
Ooh!
And they opened up the Dragon's Den Dojo within our own school.
Wow!
So they started CZW Training Academy in our own facility.
Right.
So we had a lot of opportunity to cross-train with them.
Wow.
Our guys worked with their guys worked with our guys.
And look where Jake's now. Look where we always say, look where Jake is now. Drake is now.
Oh, yeah. Look
TV.
at Drake. I mean, man, he's got such a fabulous tan.
He's a great guy. He's got a beautiful family. His wife's pretty. Hey, he's doing good.
He's doing wonderful, man. I wish nothing but the best for Drake.
I know.
I was so proud of him.
Yeah.
Whenever he moved from the Midwest out to the West Coast, and he really got his name out there.
He really did.
So proud of him.
He really did. Made it to the Hall of Fame for CZW. I got my picture with him. I'm like, yes, congratulations, my friend.
Yep.
You did it.
Absolutely, he did.
Never forgot the first time I actually saw him at never went to CZW, but I went to a Jersey All Pro when he was there in his younger days.
Very nice.
I know. So I got to meet him before he was really famous.
We had the opportunity
about
a month ago. Actually, it'll be a month ago tomorrow.
Yeah.
One of the original Naptown Dragons, Clifton Crunk, passed away this year.
Oh, sorry to hear about that.
And
my condolences.
Same here. It was not in good circumstances either. But we held the Clifton Crunk Memorial Extravaganza here in Indianapolis, and Drake's father actually refereed the main event between Isaiah and Scotty Vortex.
Oh wow!
So we had a little bit of Drake with us that night.
Sweet.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, Scotty's an awesome man. He's come around to the East Coast a lot for the Game Changer Wrestling. Really awesome, organization. Really, I'm sure you've noticed that GCW is on the radar, big time.
Oh yeah, they really are. And that's what I love about professional wrestling right now. The independents are doing so well.
And look where else they go. Mexico. Okay?
Right.
DDTU. Phenomenal promotion. Phenomenal promotion. I mean,
it's such an upsurge.
Yeah.
For all the wrestling.
All the wrestling
right now.
All the wrestling.
All across the board.
It is. It's everywhere. It's like this Saturday. I cannot wait. I'm going to this. I took a little break from wrestling for a while. I'm going back to Combat Zone. New Heights. New Heights is going to be this weekend. I cannot wait. A lot of good wrestling matches on that card. I cannot wait to see. You know, and actually, it's going to be Matt Tremont's last death match. So that's going to
really
yes. He's saying goodbye to the CZW because he's launching his H2O Hardcore Hustle. He's really getting that underway, and it's a lot of good stuff coming with that.
And that's something that I learned.
And actually, which is really cool because in October he announced it with Danny Havoc, the one and only. I'm sure you heard Danny Havoc's name, but they're going to open up They're going to have a Danny Havoc and Matt Tremont death match extravaganza show. It's going to be new.
Awesome.
It's going to be new guys. It's going to be old guys. It's going to be guys in the company. They're going to surprise us. Yeah, going to blow minds.
It's funny. I mentioned the deathmatch tournament that I had originally booked, and I had Danny Havoc on the show as well as Matt Tremont and Masada.
Yeah.
They were all booked on that card that unfortunately got canceled.
Yeah, but Matt Tremont, shout out to him. He's doing awesome for himself.
Yes, he is.
He's actually just got another title on his shoulder. This over the weekend, he just won the Synergy Pro Wrestling local title. So congratulations to him.
Congratulations.
That's a Synergy Pro. You know, local.
I've had the opportunity to meet Matt on a few occasions.
Yeah.
And he's a stand-up guy, man.
Oh, he's phenomenal. He's great.
The first time that I met him, it was right after his let's see here, it was his King of the Death match.
Okay.
Victory over Josh Crane in the finals.
Okay.
So that would have been, what was that? 2-3 years ago now?
Yeah.
Maybe longer.
Right.
It was the Royal Day of Death that had the Queen of the Death match and the King of the Death match.
Yeah.
Down at the Rustic Frog.
Yeah.
So.
The Rustic Frog. Yeah. A lot of my friends have gone to those shows there. I've never joined the genre when they went, but yeah, they've enjoyed it when they gone to that. I miss going to I love going out to the Indiana for the deathmatch tournaments. When it's time to go, I go. You know.
Yep.
It's fun.
Well, Indiana definitely has a very strong base.
It does.
For deathmatch tournaments.
It does.
They've worked really hard to bring all that full circle, and
you know
Heartland.
We're talking about IWA, of course. So So shout out to Ian and his son JC Rotten, really making a name for himself, man. Really making a name. He worked hard to where he is today. Proud of him.
He definitely has not walked on his father's coattails. It's been all about himself coming out of that shadow.
Yes, and I think I gave him that boost when I had him on my podcast for a deathmatch tournament, you know. So Guardians of Hardcore, the first one they did. So I'm glad I had him on to, give him the hype and push. That's what you need, more and people listen to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But he's got a cast on that right now, so he's healing up, taking a little hiatus. He's got the boot on. So shout out to JC Rotten. Heal up, buddy. But yeah, they have a lot of stuff going on. They just keep on moving with tournaments. TPI's coming up. I'm like, wow.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And that's funny because they're actually doing TPI this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be in Indianapolis on September 21st and 22nd, and then the following night is my grand tournament. So there is a lot of tournament action happening in Central Indiana.
Damn, I wish I was around. But I'll be at GCW and some other stuff. I was going to go to Chicago this time around. I went last time around, but I'm just it's a pain in the ass. The trip is not worth it. It's nice to go, but traveling, you get tired of the 12-hour drives. Sometimes. But it's worth it. I tell you.
Yeah. Here in Indiana, we've got a fan who makes more wrestling road trips than half the wrestlers I know. His name is Dustin Harden. He goes out.
I know him. Okay, Dustin. Yes, good guy. A great guy.
He makes sure he comes to all of our Infinity Pro events.
It sounds like my friend who died. It sounds like one of my friends who passed away. His name was the Whack Packer, Kevin Hogan. He's IWA. He's from Jersey, but he traveled all over, man.
He did.
He actually, and what's really cool because Matt Tremont, actually, he was in the original owner of On Point Wrestling, they both named the hall after it's actually the Kevin Hogan Memorial Hall, where they do the H2O shows now in Williamstown, New Jersey. So it's really awesome that they use his name, and it's on a banner. It's great. It's great, you know. So every time
and that's the thing with professional wrestling.
Yes.
We are no one without our fans.
Mm-hmm.
Our fans are just as important as the guys who step through the ropes.
Right.
Every single fan who comes in, they pay their money,
mm-hmm.
and their opinion matters.
Yeah.
We're there to make sure that they're happy.
We're satisfied.
We're satisfied. They enjoy
We're satisfied.
They want to come back.
We're satisfied because I'm a fan of wrestling. You know, we're satisfied.
Yep.
With what you got to offer us.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I as a wrestler and promoter,
mm-hmm.
really try to embrace
mm-hmm.
is the nature of the fans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some promoters, they want them to just, well, they're gonna react this way. If they don't react this way, they're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
When I book shows, I don't book guys as being, hey, you're a babyface and you're a heel.
And you know what's so special about wrestling? You bring the special people out, the special needs people come to the shows, and that's what it's all about. I love that you guys, every wrestling organization supports the special, and they enjoy themselves. They need a day out, and it's great. When you see them smiling, they're great. You know, they're having a good time. They're out of their house. You know, they're out of the home for the day, and you know, I'm just glad that makes you guys happy. It puts a good smile on your face to see a happy fan. You know, I'm sure you have the ones that give you the hugs too, and they love you. They just love it.
Yep, they do. They're the lifeblood of this industry.
It really are.
When promoters look down upon, you know, fans for having a certain type of opinion or
mm-hmm.
whatever, I hate that. I absolutely despise that.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, they are the lifeblood.
Without
them, we are doing nothing.
No. But
we're just hurting ourselves for no
reason.
reason.
And then you put smiles on the kids and also regular kids' faces too. You know.
Right. Of course.
Yes. But it's great to see that, you know, I appreciate that because I'm a special person too. So, hey, I love being, you can't tell, you know, but we love it. We love being special. You know, we're proud of what you guys can do for us and everywhere else in the world of wrestling, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
If it wasn't for wrestling, where would I be? Huh?
Right?
Where would I be? On the back of a garbage truck? No, you know, I mean, wrestling really, you know, I'm sure if you didn't hear my stories on my podcast, I mean, I go over it over and over, have like how I grew up with wrestling, you know. It's really you know, if you look back at my career of like as a fan of wrestling, my first time going to a wrestling show with my dad, I saw Mick Foley in the stands versus Eddie Gilbert. I've seen Bruiser Brody inside a steel cage. I've seen Chief Jay Strongbow in the steel cage with Bruiser. I actually was an original. There was a promotion in my hometown. It was called Phoenix Championship Wrestling, and his brother who ran it was the ECW original Nova. And
very nice.
It was the mid '90s. It launched huge for all the stars, you name it, was there. Eddie Guerrero, Charlie Haas, Malice the Wall from WCW. You had names that you wouldn't believe were on the card. Like, and if you look at the history on the Google it later, and you'll be like, wow, look at all these. And they still have on SmartMark has DVDs. How about that?
I used to, I was always.
But then there was Iron Mike Sharp ran a school for wrestling in my town, which didn't last too long, but I got to see Nova all the time, and I also saw X-Pac as the 1-2-3 Kid.
Very nice.
So yes, for $5 I'd go see wrestling next to my barber shop with my old man. You know, hey, couldn't beat that.
Those memories are
memories
you're gonna hold on to for
you know what? My memories will last forever because I can tell stories about like how I was 9 years old. Like when I went to my first I was at WrestleMania 5 with my father in Atlantic City for WrestleMania 5, sitting up in the nosebleeds, 5 rows away from Jesse the Body and Gorilla Monsoon doing the commentary.
That's awesome, man.
Holding my Mega Power sign up and hearing the thumping of the ring on the microphone, looking down at the bleachers, you know.
That is so cool.
And the last time I remember going to the arena, I remember going to take my girl at the time to a show. And I actually I had stood up in the bleachers where I actually like at a show, WWE show, and this is where I stood. This is where I was.
Wow, that's awesome.
I know. Isn't that cool? Memories like that last forever,
It really does. Some of my earliest memories going to Market Square Arena here in Indianapolis, and I remember watching Ravishing Rick Rude and
Ravishing Rick,
Jake the Snake.
Yes.
And I'll never forget. I was so surprised to see the Ultimate Warrior team up with the Legion of Doom against all 3 members of Demolition.
Yeah, Demolition. And, oh man, I love Demolition.
Oh, I did too. They were my favorite tag team growing up.
Yeah, and then as years progressed, they had. Well, I always liked the Repo Man. That was a great.
It's funny because as a kid, I never realized that they were the same person.
And I got a story. I got a story for you. Also, go ahead.
No, go right ahead.
No. I want to hear your story first, and I'll tell mine about it.
So I had no idea that the Repo Man was Smash, and I remember my friends telling me, "Oh, that's Smash. That's Smash." I'm like, "No, it's not. They're completely different people. He doesn't even have face paint." Yeah. I was just so. I remember growing up thinking that there were more than one Ultimate Warrior too. There's so many people so many things like that. But just the memories, like my dad would take me to the Market Square Arena.
Yeah.
We were there for Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
Whenever the twin Hebners showed up and screwed Hogan out of the belt.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Right.
Andre became champion. It was just.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But as I was saying about fast forward, like Adam Pearce, Repo Man. Okay, I went to a Ring of Honor show one time, and Adam Pearce, was in the ring with one of his students, right? So the crowd's quiet. The crowd gets quiet. Adam Pearce has a set of goggles, like construction goggles, a strap shoulder singlet, right, black and white.
Yep.
And I'm in the crowd, and I go, "Repo Man!" And it just started everywhere. Repo Man. And it was just like, oh my God. Like, this was in Edison, New Jersey. It was like, wow. This was the home. Ring of Honor was real making it, that's where it was based a lot when they had their shows. But I actually was there for the Ring of Honor, the Death Before Dishonor, the one that CM Punk left for the WWE versus amazing. Austin Aries. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, and actually I remember, love it, because I actually saw Jimmy, shout out to Jimmy Rave, because I just had him on my podcast, and that's awesome. It was cool to talk with him, catch up on old stuff and new stuff that he's up to these days. He's always looking for bookings, so yeah, he's still out there. But
he is.
Yeah, and so just to see him there, and then I was like, there was a juniors tournament in Asbury Park, and I'm like, this is awesome to see Ring of Honor. It was a snowy, shitty day. It was a tournament. CM Punk, Colt Cabana. Everybody was there. All the guys. It's like, this is going to be awesome. The street fight, great. Just everything was perfect. Never forget that. Never. Actually, Jamie Noble was in the ring, and I remember going, sweet. When he was wrestling Daniels, and Spanky, of course, was there. Just phenomenal wrestler.
I love Spanky, man. I wish I could use him right now on shows. It'd be amazing. We've brought in Austin Aries a couple times for Infinity Pro.
Oh, cool.
He was actually in the very first grand tournament that we ran. And that was actually the weekend before he won his first Impact Heavyweight Championship, the TNA title at the time. It was when he was doing the Option C gimmick with Hogan on TV.
Yeah, I know.
So that was a lot of fun having him come in.
Austin Aries, I tell you what, man. Every time he performed on Ring of Honor, every time, like straight on. His matches. I don't know if you like. Did you ever get a chance? Did you ever go to a Ring of Honor show just to see it?
No, never had the opportunity to go to one.
Yeah, but just on DVD. I mean, I've seen it.
I've watched him on DVD, online. I fucking love wrestling.
I've been to the Final Battle. I've been I stopped going to Ring of Honor. I need to get back into it. It's so crazy nowadays. They're doing a lot now. They're doing. Did you see what they're launching? The Ring of Honor and Ring of Honor versus New Japan. In the
Garden.
I might have to just jump on it just to go Just say that.
Yeah.
Something.
And that'd be the
if even I have to pay even if I have to
go.
sit in the nosebleeds, I don't care.
Yeah, because that anyone other than WWE running in the Garden is a moment of history.
Yeah. What do you think of All In? Wow.
Oh man,
that's my friends. My couple of my friends are going. They're set for that. Yeah, they're excited. They are. I'm like, you guys are gonna have a good time, and which is really cool. There's a promotion. I need to tell my dad if he wants to go to somewhere in Atlantic City. Just opened up the new Hard Rock Casino, so I want to go check that out. And there's a local company, Standalone Wrestling, and they're gonna have a couple of the All In guys there, and a convention and a show too. So I'm like, I should just go to see what it's all about. Say hey to Cody Rhodes,
Yeah. All In is definitely great for business.
Oh my God, the Young Bucks, we know them. Their history, they're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They made a name for themselves. We're proud of what they do. Come on.
Yeah.
But
they really are. They're amazing. The marketing skills, the way they've been able to pay their bills through professional wrestling.
Yeah,
make their name.
And I just saw Hangman Page versus one of my guys that I know, and I'm friends of, the Joey Janela. Like, come on, there's a match in itself, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't see that. MJF is on there too. Even though you hate him, like him, everybody hates him. He's an alright wrestler. He's going to lose that title this weekend, I hope, at CCW, because he has an open challenge. We'll see who it is. I don't know. They haven't. Maybe it'll be somebody that didn't shut him up. I know Joe Gacy wants to shut him up, but we'll see. We'll see who it is. I'm ready for that Saturday.
There's so much good in the world of professional wrestling right now.
I know.
And it just keeps getting better. And I just hope that...
Actually, speaking of guys, like, I think it's going to be Zachary Wentz versus Ace Austin. So, yes, Zachary Wentz and Ace Austin making names. They're really great wrestlers. And Myron Reed, I think a couple of guys they're going to be on the card. It's going to be great. It's going to be.
We use Myron Reed and Trey Miguel for our events.
Yeah.
We're really wanting to get Zachary on board as well. But his time frame has been a little bit limited with traveling to Japan and whatnot.
Yeah.
Shout
out to Japan right now. Right now in from DDTU, Extremo and Cyclope are there. For the BJW stuff right now. Big shout out to them. My friends too. They stayed at my house. They crashed at my house. Yes, I guess my house is like a summer home.
It sounds like it, man. You've had a lot of people come through and crash on your couch and on your floors.
Yes, I'm from the homeless man to some guys from Midwest. Come on. It's great.
That's right.
It's nice to have. I'm sure you've had that many times too. It's great. They're great people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The stories behind the curtain, the stories on the couches are great. The stories.
It is. The road trip stories, post-show stories. They're always. It's always a fun time.
What do you? I was gonna say, is there a moment in your time in your story? Come on, let me hear something. Let's hear something. If you
what can I share?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So one of my favorite times, the first time Austin Aries actually came to town. We'll do this story.
Okay.
He actually tells this story all the time.
Yeah.
To a lot of his friends and whatnot. He comes to town and we go to our post-show party, right? And he's like, I'm not gonna hang out too long here, And we shut the building down that night, and we go. He's like, "Hey, let's continue drinking at my hotel room." So we go to his hotel room, and a couple of the guys, they bring a couple of girls with us, right?
Yeah.
And so we're sitting there, we're all laughing, we're drinking, we're having a good time, and these two girls are just sitting there, and they're like texting on the phones.
Oh, jeez.
And Aries goes, "Hey, everybody, stop!" And he looks at him and he goes, "Are you not having fun? Are you just, do you not want to be here?" He goes, "Oh, no, I get it. Honey, in Bloomington, Indiana, you may be a 9, but I've been all over the world, and you're a 2 at best."
Oh, jeez.
And they just, like, the look on their face, he goes, "Get out of my room."
Oh, man.
And he kicked them out because they were just buzzkills.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, the stories like that are great stories. Just stories like that make memories. You know, you'll just do that.
There's so many things that happen
Yeah,
on the road.
Yeah.
You know, from from vehicle accidents to.
I'm sure. I was gonna say yes. We usually hear about it's always we know about the blown out tires on them.
Yep.
I'm not gonna make the show. Can't make the show, but I'm gonna try.
So there was this one show down in Southern Indiana we went to, and you've always heard the phrase "hot dog and handshake promoter."
Yes, I've heard that.
Right?
Yep.
All right. So this time around, we got the handshake, and we also got a whole bread bag full of hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
That was our pay for the night because there was nobody there.
Yeah.
So we're driving back towards where we were going.
Yeah.
Actually, it was for the next shot.
Right.
And one of the guys got this bag full of hot dogs. What are you doing with these?
Yeah.
He just starts tossing them out the window.
Yeah.
And he's hitting cars and signs and everything else with all these hot dogs going down the street.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I can just imagine what people are thinking there. Driving down the road and all
flying
of a sudden,
weenies.
there's
Flying hot
in their
dogs.
windshield.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just throwing our pay out the window.
Right.
But
wow.
Our crew that we have, they're Infinity.
Yeah.
We've got the Hooligans in our duos division.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to them. Love those guys.
Yep, Hooligans. They're the beard bullies, man. They came in for us at our first run in Bloomington. Mm-hmm. They worked with the Painkillers. Mm-hmm. Did a program with them. Wonderful guys. They're amazing talents in the ring. Mm-hmm. I'm so glad to see they're healthy and they're traveling a lot. I mean, those guys, they are road warriors. They
are.
Genuinely are. They live that lifestyle.
They live their pot life of the road. Who cares? It's freedom.
Absolutely,
they're the Woodstock.
Absolutely right.
You can't. Who cares? Any state, they love it. They're just characters.
They do.
Yeah.
And I utilize them every chance I get because they bring a different element to my promotion. Mm-hmm. We don't get tired of the slam. We don't get tired of the pile up slam. You know, it's great. Right.
You know, the flip slam. You know, it's great.
Yep. Everything they do is crisp. It's got a point.
Yeah.
You know, they can brawl. They can fly. You know,
they say sometimes they can. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
They always fly high for me. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Yes.
And they were actually supposed to wrestle Trey and Myron at our last event. However, Trey had got injured. Yeah. So we're really hoping to revisit that match coming up soon. That little dichotomy of styles. Yeah. I love having the mash of styles of flyers versus brawlers, technicians versus cruiser or whatever. Right. I just love having the difference of styles, a style battle. It's always fun and something fresh. We love bringing new matchups to people. And if there's a feud that's traveled the country that is a true blood feud or a feud of any kind, we want to bring it into a new market. There's so many things. The hybrid.
I'll tell you what, the hybrid world, it's stepped up. These kids, you're blowing your mind. Like some of these kids on the circuit, some of these guys doing stuff. Oh my God, it's amazing.
I mean, I don't know how half of them do it.
I don't know, and they still stand. Yeah. Give them props for that. I mean, they've taken their skills to another level to flip some way of a different, atmosphere of like wrestling. We're like, what the hell? We're stumped. We're stumped. Our faces are in, awe. We're shocked, and we're like, this is what we want. Come on.
The pure athleticism that's on display across the independents these days is mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing. And look at the women, too. Phenomenal. Man.
Women's wrestling has come such a far way all across the board.
Really has. I wish we'd have more tournaments our way. I wish we'd have more down East Coast, That's what. Right. I know WICU has theirs, but, it's time for, more shows to come back, Yep. Rise and Evolve. I know it's Rise or Shimmer and
Shimmer.
There's a whole bunch of other companies, Pride Alone or something, or I don't know.
We've only had 2 women's matches in the history of Infinity Pro. Right. And they were Lufisto versus Heidi Lovelace, who is now Ruby Riott.
Oh man!
And that was an amazing match. Lufisto got her nose broken, and Ruby Riott, I think she dislocated her shoulder in it. man, they went out there and they just let it all hang out.
I think that's what you, maybe down in the summer, that's what you need to write up, summer women's card. Get something going, you know?
Well, you know, and that's the thing, like, I don't want to step on anyone's toes because girl fight wrestling is very prominent in the area.
I know. Yeah.
Pondo's put a lot of effort into building that up.
Yeah.
And I'm not about to try to step on his toes.
No. So you want,
he's contributed so much to the industry.
Let him have his time for it.
Exactly. And we also had Crazy Mary Dobson versus Lufisto, who is now, of course, Sarah.
Yeah.
Sarah Logan.
Yeah.
And they tore it up for us as well. So the two matches that we had were, you know, world-class level women's matches.
Yeah.
So we always like to try to bring in the best when we try to do something new.
Yes, but you still could bring in, you know, you still bring in a match just to, you know, to enter it up, you know, amp it up a little, you know.
Oh yeah. There's always a spot for something that will draw.
Yeah.
And with us now going into Powerbomb TV, we have to look at it a little bit differently now because we have to look at it in a television production mode. So with our shows being broken into individual episodes, we have to have a certain level of the show.
Yeah.
We have to be able to have a couple matches and vignettes and build the stories. And
because the rating.
We're going to have one show that's going to break down into
because you have to have the ratings thing is what it is, and you know, I know all the marketing stuff on that. I think.
Yeah. It's just so. Without being able to really dedicate time, one-off matches kind of get put off a little bit.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it that way, but we really are trying to invest in the storyline elements of our
That's
product.
what you got. And then if you do like a hardcore show, it's great. I love that kind of style. Like, you know, you have to do that once in a while. Bring the cage matches in. We don't do, you know, you don't see that much on the, like, I would love more cage matches on the East Coast.
Right. Yeah, we actually just had our very first cage match.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was the third match between Jeremy Hadley and Brett Havoc, and it was phenomenal. They did a wonderful job. The crowd was invested through the entire thing. You know, we got to see a RKO from the top of the cage in our match.
Yeah, I remember seeing Danny DeMonto versus Sabu in a cage. I mean, I was like, wow.
Yep. There's such a great legacy.
But shout out to Danny DeMonto because he's the promoter. He's actually the promoter of he's part of the Game Changer Wrestling. He's the promoter. Big shout out.
Game Changer is
and Brett Lauderdale. Shout out. Two good guys in the biz. Two guys killing it now, making hell, man. It's like it doesn't stop with them. They just keep on going. Their minds are elsewhere, or in their, you know. And shout out to Joey Janelle for helping them. Really, it's if it wasn't for Janela to get onto the scene with them, he made a name. Definitely. He was just recently on. Actually, shout out to Joey for being on the Stone Cold Steve Austin program podcast just recently.
Yeah, man, it's funny. Joey's name is getting out there so much.
It is.
And it's all good.
It is. So maybe there's a guy you need to look at, huh?
Yeah. You know, I am. I'm a guy who likes to build from the ground up in companies.
Yeah.
Bringing in names is great.
Yeah.
It can pop a little bit of a draw to help get people interested and invested in your product.
Yeah.
But I'm such a stickler for taking the guys who are your homegrown guys,
right? Yes.
building them and pushing them into stars.
Yeah.
And that's something that I take great pride in doing.
I have so many friends I could recommend to you, man. I'll have to give you a list of people. Jeez.
Yeah, you certainly will. I think
we're going to see some business here soon. I can help without bookers. I'd love this. As a fan, I can do some stuff on the side that I don't get paid, but I just love to help. No, I like setting up rings and doing all the fun stuff. I build weapons, and I'm pretty in podcasts too. Come on.
That's right, man.
You know, keep it going. I love for you to put me on your next flyer, maybe, or something. We'll talk about that after, too.
Yeah. We'll talk the
business.
Business.
Yes. Yeah, I gotta ask you a question too. I have a pod. Should I ask it now? Kayfabe.
Go ahead, why not?
Kayfabe. I have a guy from Kuchara. Kuchara is going to be on Wednesday, and I don't know what's that mean. Do I have to, he's going to be a character the whole time? I don't know.
More than likely, if he's from Chikara, absolutely.
Yeah, I have no clue how to just go along with it. Should I just? What's the?
Well, who is it? Who's coming in?
Frantic. I know.
It's a tough one, dude. I think you're just gonna have to feel that one out.
Just go with it and just be laugh and yeah, really just be myself. I could laugh and just I know a lot about Chikara anyway, so it's I could ask a lot of questions too. So it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun, man.
I mean, look who runs that, and he has a great podcast. Come on, phenomenal. Mike Quackenbush, phenomenal podcast. He tells you the insides of the ring, man. It's great, the knowledge. I love it. It's
I had the opportunity to pick his brain back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Across good old AOL Messenger back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And he was very influential.
Right.
And it was very nice to have someone like him be able to talk to you about the industry. And even though at that point in time I didn't really know much about him, I just had a few guys who were like, hey, this guy knows his stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd pick his brain and say, hey, this, that, and the other. And every now and again he'd tune me out because I was more a fan than an actual wrestler at that point. And I was starting training and all that, but he knew I was green as grass.
Yeah.
So I asked a lot of stupid questions, and stupid questions get shut up a lot.
You know what? But what impressed me about him is just his style. His style was just crisp. Every time you saw him, crisp. And then you saw him in the ring at 2000. Yeah, actually, this past GCW and Joey Janela's Spring Break too, down in New Orleans, friggin' versus David Starr. Phenomenal match. Phenomenal. They tore it down. It was great to see the in-ring chemistry, from two different worlds. David Starr, David Starr's really, we know about his style. I mean, really, shit.
It's amazing to see what some of these people can do even later on in their careers.
Yeah.
Quack, he hasn't lost a step.
No.
He's a phenomenal wrestler. I will never say a bad word about Quack.
No, he's a great guy, great kid. Great kid back in the day,
He's a great kid back in the day.
In the day, but now he's an adult.
He's got a big future ahead of him.
He runs a company. Shit, he's his own owner. I mean, look who he has trained with him. He has guys, one of the head trainers, Rory Gulak, and really helps out with all the wrestlers nowadays, and I'm proud of him. We know who his brother is, Drew Gulak, the one and only. It's just wow, time goes.
Yeah, the industry is definitely on an upswing.
Right, yeah. Hey, let's close out. I'm ready to call it a night.
All right, my friend.
I'm off tomorrow. How's that? I gotta go. I got a doctor's appointment. I got a doctor's appointment, so I'm off tomorrow. I said I'm taking. But go ahead and plug. I would love for you to plug away. What you got for me, Donnie?
All right, my friend. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you very much.
You are more than welcome.
Come on your podcast
anytime.
And talking to you for a couple hours here about professional wrestling.
Donnie, let me just say thank you for being on. And anytime my studio door is open here.
Well, I appreciate that, man. And I'm going to get a few of my friends, a few of my competitors for the grand tournament.
All right.
I'll try to get them lined up to come in and be guests for your show if you have time to do such.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, the grand tournament, September 23rd in Lafayette, Indiana, at the Lafayette Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Competitors announced: Brett Havoc, Shane Mercer. The winner of the tournament becomes our brand new grand champion. Tickets are on sale right now. You can go to our Facebook event page. You can go to the LafayetteTheater.com, I believe it is. You can pick up tickets from there through Ticketfly. If you're local in Lafayette, Indiana, you can go to Pete's Diner across the street. They're a ticket vendor there. Pick up tickets there. They are $15 for floor seats, $12 for general admission. You buy 4, they drop down to $10 a piece, so it's a 4-pack for $40. Once again, the date is September 23rd. It's a Sunday. the Sunday following, the TPI. So keep your eyes peeled to our website, our Facebook, facebook.com/RealInfinityPro, our Twitter, @RealInfinityPro. You're going to see the announcements pop up there. You're going to see our tournament bracket fill up. And once again, I greatly appreciate the opportunity to come on here, talk about Infinity Pro, talk about the upcoming tournaments we have, and things that are coming down the line.
Lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. Oh, don't forget about the graphic t-shirt company. That's right. Plug it away.
I do run a screen print apparel company. It's called The Face Kick Life. My clientele is professional wrestlers and arcades. So if you are needing t-shirts printed up, hit me up at The Face Kick Life. So it's facebook.com/TheFaceKickLife or TheFaceKickLife.com.
Or if you need podcast t-shirts made, come on. That's right. You're going to be loving business. You're going to be having some good business.
Absolutely. I'll do business for anybody, man.
Yeah.
You got a shirt design, get an idea,
Yeah.
hit me up, and we'll see what we can make happen for you.
All right. Hey, Donnie, I want to say thank you for being on, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again, and let's set something up with, business on the side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Thank you very much, and you have a great night.
You too. Good night.
Good night.
All right, thank everybody for listening tonight. That was my guest, Donnie Tsunami, and we're talking about Infinity Pro Wrestling. He's the owner, and the grand tournament is coming up. 9 competitors. First 2 names were announced: Bret Havoc and Shane Mercer. So fans, wait for the rest of the card. It's going to keep on going. Like you said, it's going to be intense. It's going to be awesome. Check it out. If you're in the Indiana area, it's going to be awesome. Lafayette, Indiana. Oh, man. If I was there, I'd go tonight. But check it out, fans. It's Powerbomb TV spot. Bam. I want to say thank you for being on. Have a good night. Stay tuned tomorrow night, fans, because I'm going to be talking to the one and only Dysfunctionate. That's right, Dysfunctionate, the deathmatch wrestler. We're going to be talking about the upcoming Insane 8 deathmatch tournament for Ice Insane Championship Wrestling. We'll be talking to him about the tournament and much more. So stay tuned tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for that. And on Wednesday night, fans, check it out. Chikara. I'm going to talk to a Chikara wrestler, Frantic. So stay tuned for that. I'm looking forward to that podcast with him, and much more. Thank you for listening, and have a good night. You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media: DeathmatchRussell.com. Follow on Twitter @DavidNJ32 and on Facebook, Facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32. Find me on Podcast City Network at PodcastCity.net. Facebook.com/PodcastCityNetwork. Hit the like button and share. And on Twitter @PodcastCityNet. You can hear Deathmatch Russell podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes.